and got their commitment. Okay? So what we're going to do is now we're going to say, okay, welcome to the Nubia family. Welcome to the Nubia family. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, let me go and explain which systems I'm going to recommend for your home. Our basic model is our Nubia Simplicity. It's a great model. Coconut shell carbons to remove the chlorine, high capacity resins to remove the calcium, the magnesium, the lime in your water supply. Okay? This right here would have been the system that I would have recommended for you about 6-7 years ago. But what's changed over the years, and the reason why I no longer recommend this system for you, is because the city is no longer using chlorine exclusively to disinfect your water. What they're doing is they're using chloramines, and chloramines are more aggressive. So what I'm going to recommend is the Nubia Pro. Nubia Pro is a more advanced model, this system. So the city no longer uses chlorine exclusively, they're using chloramines. Chloramines is a combination of chlorine and ammonia. 6-7 years ago when the recession hit, as families we had to find ways to save money. The city also needed to find ways to save money, so they started using chloramines. They're much cheaper, but much more aggressive. So that's why we start with the coconut shell carbon that's why we start with the catalytic carbons first. Catalytic carbons are more resilient. They take out the ammonia portion, plus catalytic carbons are also good for taking out gases and heavy metals in the water supply. Then your water goes through coconut shell carbon to take out the chlorine. Then your water goes through the high capacity resins to take out the calcium, the magnesium, and the lime in your water. Any questions about that?
No.
No. Then I'm also going to recommend the Nubia Clarity system. This is your drinking system. This is going to give you that water that's going to be under 50 parts per million.
Okay, Nubia Clarity.
Okay.
Nubia Clarity, okay.
Nubia Clarity. My question to you is, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Right, so the most appropriate spot for the faucet would be on the right-hand side of the sink, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. The great thing about the questions after. Okay. The great thing about this system is that it comes with a limited lifetime warranty, meaning that we're going to guarantee this system will function for you the lifetime of your ownership. Any questions about that?
None.
No?
Well, I do, but later.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a second and let's recap some of this information that we've gone over, because we went over a lot.
Okay.
You may remember, Rick, I asked you when I came into the house to rank your water, you said your water was a 7. Okay? You thought it was pretty good. Then we ran a purity test, and we found that your drinking water, the water that's coming out of your tap, is well over 300 parts per million. Now we know that the recommended parts per million count is 50 and below. The good news is your bottled water measured 50 parts per million and below, but the bad news is those recycled plastics emit a toxin into the water supply called BPA, in which you said you didn't want exposed to your family. Then we went and did a chemical test for you, specifically testing for chlorine. And what we know is chlorine makes your water smell bad and taste bad. It fades your clothes, it dries your skin, causes cancer, and it kills living organisms. Now when we tested your water, we found that it was high. It's what I would typically find in a pool. Earlier I asked, if you found chlorine in your water supply, would you want to keep it or take it out? You said take it out, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Then we also went ahead and ran a test on the debris in your water, which is specifically the hardness levels. And what we know about their hardness levels is that this debris tangles your hair, it clogs your pores, and increases your soap usage, and it also damages your pipes, your fixtures, and your appliances. When we did your test, we found that it was 12 grains per gallon, which means that's 144 pounds of debris that flows through your pipes every single year. Now, Rick, now that you've seen the entirety of the test, I'm going to ask you to re-rank your water for me. Did your score go up, or did your score go down at this point?
It went down.
It went down, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Where would you rank your water now?
2-1. It's
2.
horrible.
So there's definitely room for improvement, right?
Yes, there is.
All right, great. Well, Rick, what I want to talk about for a second now is your current budget. Okay? And I write budget right there.
Okay.
This is the money that you're spending on this water, regardless of whether you met me or not.
Exactly.
Okay? Now let's talk about this first expense. It's the cost of using hard water. We covered that earlier, and that's that $65 expense. That expense that we talked about earlier, where
right.
the hidden cost.
Right.
Now, in your home, Rick, do you think that this number is consistent, or do you think it's too high or too low?
Let's just say 50.
Okay. So you think it's a little bit? So you think about $50?
Yeah.
All right. Well, would you feel comfortable? Most people are going to say it's too high.
Right.
Okay. My question to you, Rick, is if I cut this number by over 50%,
Wow.
said maybe 30, would you feel comfortable with at least 30?
Yes, I would feel comfortable with 30.
All right,
Yeah.
great. I'm going to go ahead and give you this number, Rick.
Okay, 30.
But I believe it's going to be closer to the 65, being in this industry for such a long time. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then we went over at your bottled water expense.
Right.
And we know that currently you're spending about $30 a month on
Actually,
bottled water.
more than that, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Then we also went through your soap expenses, and we
Right.
found out that you're spending about $80 a month in soap expenses. So if I add this up, that means that your total expenses right now to have the poor quality water
Right.
is $140 per month.
Yep.
Hey, Rick, were you aware that you're spending that much?
Now I am.
Now you are, right?
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. This cost will never go
It's
away.
going to get worse.
As a matter of fact, this cost is just going to get higher and higher and higher as the cost of living goes
Right.
up and as expenses go up.
Unfortunately so.
Now, Rick, I find that the families that I do business with purchase this system for one of three different reasons. Number one, they love the savings that these systems bring. Number two, they love the protection. Or number three, they love the health benefits. What's most important to you of the three?
Protection for my family.
Yeah.
Protection is most
But all three are important, right?
Yes, they are.
All right, good.
You can't even put a cost on protection of your family.
No, you can't. Rick, any questions so far?
None whatsoever.
All right.
I'm already signed right now. I'm already signed.
Let me go ahead and show you what the system costs.
Okay.
Okay? Rick, if you wanted to purchase one of our systems, okay, our retail price for our Nuvia Pro is $69.95.
Yep.
The retail price for our drinking system is $15.95. When a family bundles it together, what we do is we give you a discount, and your total cost is $69.95.
What? So it's only $69.95 for both those?
Yeah, for both of them. Okay. Typically, we ask that a family puts $1,000 down, and then the monthly payment is typically about $185. Okay.
I can put more down and make a payment less than, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Nick, at $1,000 down and $185, is that affordable for you? You say no.
No.
No. All right, great. Well, the great news, Rick, is that's not what it's going to cost you. To earn your business today,